Not many people can present strong, thought provoking pieces like one. I was gonna say Masahiro Soda. Makoto Shinkai. Yosh. Hi. Well known for his not debut, but his breaking hit or his pop culture sensation, Your Name, followed up by Withering with You. Suzume is a coming of age story for a 17-year-old protagonist in set in various disaster stricken locations across Japan. She goes around and she begins her journey, closing the doors which cause destruction and devastation throughout Japan. During her journey, she encounters a young man who shows her this other side of the world. And it's through these battles between these doors and we see the remains of impactful moments that take place throughout these locations within Japan. And I believe that's something incredible because here we have a film where we're revisiting a lot of these open wounds, these areas of the neighborhood where you see you have a missing piece within these neighborhoods, within these places, the landmarks or areas. We find spots where you can almost still imagine civilization that was there, the people that used to go to the shops and live their lives and they're on a vacation or whatever, just enjoy the moment. And I feel like that's where the beauty really shines in this film. Because not only are we seeing what is left, right? Where we start seeing we start the scenes by observing the aftermath, but it's while trying to close these doors that we catch glimpses of what used to be and how life changes things, how it really brings an element to the table. And it's throughout this journey that we experience Suzume's, let's call it epiphany, or coming of age. And a powerful theme of how the people we meet along the way throughout our lives influence us and how we influence them. And we see this girl start her journey where at the end of this journey, choices have to be made. And even if they're not always the choices that we wish for or that we like per se, as a developed person, as a weathered person, we see the choices that have to be made and we see the conflict within. I really love this movie because aside, even though I'm making it sound very negative and let's call it gloomy or something, there is a beauty inside. Of course, it's Makoto Shinkai. You know, you can expect bombastic scenes with beauty, literal art displayed on the silver screen. But it's those character to character interactions, those moment to moment interactions that I feel we really get to see beauty of human spirit, of the emotions, of everything that is created comes from these pure feelings. I don't know how long it's been since I've seen a film that doesn't leave you like, let's call it broken or whatever. It doesn't break you on the inside, but it leaves this thought, this hope, this belief that even if things go bad, even if shit hits the fan, even if our choices end in disaster, there's still hope. Keep on going. So, Susume, minasan. Like a lot of Makoto's films, takes takes place in Japan. A Japan that's fairly similar, but also a little different, I would say. Not like I've ever been there. Yes, the last time we saw his vision of Japan, it was a water-filled. Well, it was left as a water world. Let's just call it water world, and it kind of gave the sensation of how everything returns. We give back these lands. We give back this rivers that we have claimed as our own. And I feel like that, well, that left to me an impact of the message, a message, a thought of how everything, no matter how much we try or even through all our efforts as humans, nature, uh, life, uh, finds a way. And yeah, it is in this film that we see Makoto really draw a line between nature itself rebelling against man, and mankind in its own way, and humans as a product of nature itself. This film deals with a lot of internal conflicts, a lot of battles that are quote unquote being fought on daily, but battles that aren't seen, that aren't noticed by the normal average Joe, your human beings right there. There's a line in the film where the main male lead, full calm, I'm right blanking out on a lot of people's names, says that the most important jobs should be done in silence. And aside from the internal conflict of the story and the type of emotions that are presented, the issues that are being presented, we see how these characters have to overcome these conflicts, whether it be an outside source, an internal conflict, or even trying to navigate the town with a friend, trying to just fit in with the status quo. Suzume is a beautiful film. We see the journey of two people trying to do their best to do what is right. And that doesn't always mean that the right thing is the easy thing. never it never really is. Um, but here we see internal struggles, internal conflicts. See how these people are trying to find each other almost, and it's beautiful to see how accepting that one body, one of my favorite I call it themes or soliloquies or however you want to represent that, analogies, is how our lead main, right, how his body alone, because he's chair now, we were given this idea that he can't do this by himself. And yeah, as the male, number 14 baby, good shit. As the male, kind of like you know, representer or whatever, it's rough because we don't ask for help, and it's really hard. It really is, because everyone's doing their own thing, and that's cool, man. And everyone deserves to do their own thing. So it's like stepping into someone's life and uprooting everything that they know, whether you're doing it on purpose or not, is something that happens regardless of pure or chaotic intentions. We can't decide how we affect others. We can only decide how we wish to represent ourselves and hope that we meet the right people who are willing to accept us for who we are. Because at the end of the day, we really are creatures of habit. We are creatures of pride. Mankind, most importantly, we're creatures of communion. And seeing all that really just brings it to this beautiful quartet of emotions and thoughts and hopes. And some of you might be thinking, yo, well, this is just another one of them Makoto Shinkai romances, ain't it? Yeah, sure. But there's more to it than that. See, I am a firm believer, or whatever you want to call it, that before you can share oneself, before one can share oneself, there has to be a complete acceptance of what one is, of who one is. And that's not an easy thing to do, because we have to understand that at the end of the day, we are the fragments of our past glued together, formed in the fires of, tempered in the fires of patience, pain, anger, joy, and all that. In the core, it's just the same, let's call it child, the same open mind, the same hope from day one. No matter how hard you try to run away from it, or how much you try to deny it. And so that might even just mean your environment. You, if you're having a hard time getting over your past, you are bringing that past with you. You are spreading that emotion, whether you know it or not. or whether you try to or not, it is a part of your history. And unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, or just the way it is, until you can really accept that part, or whatever part you're not super static about, the moment you can accept it as your own and really own up to it, nothing can stop you. So I hope that if you are lucky enough getting out in the States, you have some time to go check this out. Because good lord, this film is so beautiful. So many ways. And I can't wait to go see it again. But until then, I'll see you again next time.